the hills. There's gotta be something blocking the road, right? I gotta go back in. We leave. I don't like letting people just sit in my driveway. And I gotta open my door. Yeah, I don't want them looking in. So, what the hell? Oh, I guess they're gonna be there forever. Huh. This is definitely like street theater or some shit. They could have double parked across the street where they pay up the guy. There's nobody coming. But no, they have to always block my driveway. So today's what, the 23rd, right? May 23rd, 2023. So this is nighttime now. So earlier today, I didn't get to go to the gym today. I had to reschedule. So I didn't go to Dunkin'. I finished my coffee from the day before. But I think people were waiting for me there. Because there was a lot of people walking back and forth. They were wearing the baby blue. So I'm glad I didn't go. I was not in the mood for that shit, you know? It's like ridiculous. So, see that? Who was talking very loud? Like, why were they talking that loud? So then, it was so very loud near us too, because they want us to hear the conversation, because it can pertain to them. Speak louder. You know, it's pretty chilly out here, so all these cars, they're passing by with the windows wide open. It's really weird. It's definitely some sort of trigger. I just don't know what yet. You know, if they allow you to comment on my channel once in a while, somebody could tell me what it means. But usually, they stop TIs from commenting on all the TIs videos. You know, they always screw us over in one way or another. But, like, we could comment on other people's channels, but not each other's, you know? Yeah, the honking. Behind me. Here we go, showtime. So I thought it was those two guys that passed by talking, but it's not somebody else. I don't get like pins and needles right now. Somebody's doing something or a voodoo doll or something. That too I wanted to talk about. When these perps take a picture of you, it's not only to give it to your handler, to let the handler know that they see you and they're at the right spot. Because what happens is they print a picture of us out and make a file. You know, those manila envelopes. I've seen this in my dream. I've seen it in a dream. They have one side is our picture. On the other side is like stuff they think they know about us, which is not true. Excuse me. Kind of like a police report. Like if you watch any of the shows with the cop shows, that's what our files look like. So you get in the fucking house. Anyways, what I gotta say is, I know something new about my neighbors. The Bread family. So, let me spill the tea. It's not really that big of a deal, but so we went out, right, to get our food, to pick it up. And I saw a camera, Bread Boy, and some other dude in the backyard, the hallway, the alleyway, out back. I'm like, what the heels? And they were bringing something outside, back in the house. Oh, kitty. And the person that was helping had a bright orange shirt. There you go. So I'm like, what the hell are you doing back there? They took something out of the big shed, and they brought it in the house. Some yellow thing. I think it was a cement mixer or something, or a dirt mixer. It was something like that. So we came home, and they completely blocked the driveway, and blocked it, both driveways. Their truck was so big. So, you know, honking. So anyways, we beeped. The Bread Boy was a little annoyed. Who cares? But the guy actually, moved out of the way. And then he didn't repark in front of the house, which was but he parked across the street. Because a lot of times this whole block is full. Everybody takes over every spot. So I'm glad he didn't repark because, just in case we had to go out again. At least they didn't park in front of my driveway. It's the first time for everything. So, now I see their garage door open. Full to the brim of stuff. He's sitting in a chair in the garage talking to Witchy Poo. I think she saw us. I don't know and I don't care. I'm like, damn, I thought my garage was full of stuff. But we could walk. There's a big area where we have room to walk. We threw a lot of stuff anyway too. I've taken boxes like little toys and stuff. Like I wasn't gonna keep it from my childhood, and I would leave it by the pole. Somebody would take the whole box. If it didn't rain, then I would throw it out if it rained. Whatever nobody would take, I would throw it away. So that's something you're supposed to do when you have stuff like that. Not everything can be sold. Not everybody wants everything. But they have storage boxes stacked to the whole ceiling. That's a fire hazard. That's number one. And number two, if it's near the sewer drain, because we have, no, that's the guy from Duncan. No, we have a sewer drain in the driveway. And that's in the garage. There's another sewer drain, big one, and a backup sewer drain. So actually, the houses across the street, I don't think have any of that. So I think their sewer drain is directly across from us on the other side. So the stuff stacked up was basically, I think, on top of that stuff. You're not supposed to put anything on top of it because that shit could collapse. But so besides that, I don't know if he came over to move stuff to his new place. Because he's married. He doesn't act like it. He's always here. Talking to mommy. Narcissistic people always need their mommy and daddy to help them. It's gotta be near mommy and daddy. And honestly, I'm glad that his wife acts like a bitch to him. That's what he gets. He was trying to fight me, so fuck him. So, that was why. There's some weird people, man, that coming around. These people don't live near here at all. They get dropped off. So, his hand, an X. His hands behind his back like an X. That's a symbol. It's a demonic symbol. What happens is they do stuff like that. And they wear clothing with the symbols when they pass by people's houses. And they speak something in their head while they pass by your house. So, you know what I mean? That's why you gotta protect your house at all costs. These witches and warlocks, they always go around. Oh, it was douchebag brother. Anyway. These perps always talk very loud. So anyway, they go around cursing people's houses when they pass by your house. I know because this guy on YouTube, he said his dad was a warlock, high priest warlock. And he was teaching his son how to do spells on people. And he said they would get up in the middle of the night and go around the blocks. And they would stand in front of people's houses and curse the house. Sometimes they would wear the robes. And they would have the big pentagram necklaces. And they would just speak spells over people's houses. Like, these people are none better than you. They get up in the middle of the night and do that stuff. So I'm trying to warn you, like, all these dreams I've had of these people trying to break into my house, that's a spell somebody's putting on me. That means people passing by my house and putting spells on me. Like, because they want to steal from me. The devil will try to get people to do stuff to us. You know, kill, steal, and destroy, right? There you go. That's his job. He's not going to stop. It's the same thing he's been doing for like 2,000 years. He ain't going to stop now. Even though his time is up. You know, you got to get all the children, all the witches and warlocks to help him out. And this stuff is real. Because if it wasn't real, when I say I plead the blood of Jesus Christ over my entire household, family, everybody, in front of her, she dips her head real quick with her eyes bulging out of her head like she can't believe I said that. You know that shit's real. That means she does do those spells. So I already know their tricks. Like I said, one time I was in the backyard and I was watching a video about how witches operate. And it was a person that used to be in that lifestyle. Gave his life to Christ and was spilling all the tea, every big gallon of tea on the whole lifestyle. And he was, mentioning all the rituals that they were doing, every little thing they used in the rituals. And then towards the end of it, he said a big prayer, and he read a lot of Psalms and a lot of Bible verses. And told us this is what you need to do. You need to start praying over your house. So I'm glad I watched that because I was in the backyard watching it on full blast. This is when they used to go in my backyard all the time. I just didn't go and stop them because it doesn't prove anything. Even if you have proof of them doing stuff in your backyard, it's still your word against theirs, unfortunately. You know what I mean? It's trespassing, but they're not going to call the cops, so I'm not going to even try and do anything about it. So I had it on full blast. And then Bread Smoker comes outside that day, to water the plants, but then he's just staring at me the whole time. We didn't have a cover up against the fence. We had like this bamboo gate that covers, because we don't want to look at them either. So before that, I used to see him watering a plant like 10 minutes, and he kept looking back at me. And the more he kept looking back at me, he was like, how do I explain this? He was, picked his head up, looked up to the sky, and pointed. But he did something else with that. I forgot what it was. And then the next day, there was a jar with stuff in it. And one day, I had my blinds open in my room, and I happened to see witchy poo come past my window. And then I saw him go running out with the jar, and it looked like he just pissed in it. Those are real. That's a real thing. It doesn't have to be a lot of piss. Sometimes a witch will tell her husband to piss in the jar. You know, if she's on her period, she's not going to be able to piss in the jar. So she has the husband to do it. And these stupid assholes do it. Like, why would you engage in that kind of lifestyle? Why would you say yes to that? You probably promised a lot of very disgusting things in the bedroom, you know? I'm just warning you. Also, witches, if you live in an apartment building and a witch knows you're a Christian and hates you, she'll bring her piss jar, open it, and throw it under the door. Yeah. I learned that from somebody that used to go to Dunkin' all the time. He moved away now. He said he knew a whole bunch of stuff about them. He said, he's the one that told me about that. He's like, yeah, he knew of one lady in the building. They threw her out because she did that. She did that to more than one person. She just walk around with piss jars. Throw the piss under the door. Really? You got nothing better to do than piss in a jar. You're supposed to piss in your toilet. It's disgusting. So, yeah, they're gross. I don't care if it's white magic, blue magic, green magic. It's all magic, and it's not good. So, today I saw not only the guy with the orange shirt, bread smoker was out there, and I thought something was up with him. He always shut up. He always came around and went in the backyard every day to water the plants. So he's home. He's not working. He got workman's comp, so now all of a sudden he's not home ever. Like I think he leaves early, and then she goes grocery shopping early. But then her son comes over and gets the mail. I think his mail is still here, so he has to come back every day. You know, instead of changing the address of his mail, he has to have an excuse to come in. Oh, Patches. Hi, Patches. Hi, you kitty. I don't know if he left them food today. The Patches was waiting for him. She's so cute. She was sitting in the driveway waiting. I was like texting him, hey, she's looking for food. He's good, he feeds them. But then the raccoon came. I think it was a chungus. So anyway, so on video I see him wearing a leather vest. A plain leather vest. No big deal. A white t-shirt, plain leather vest. I'm like, what the hell? Like, this fool was just joining a biker gang. And she looked sad when I saw the garage door was open. She was talking to her boyfriend's son. She looked very sad. He brings his wife's dog over. And it's exactly the same dog as my sister's dog. Only young, a puppy. She actually has a smile on her face. It's not Jezebelic. It's actually genuine. I never saw anybody smile like genuine as an asshole, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if his wife is sleeping with the father. Ooh, imagine that shit. Imagine that shit. I can. There have been plenty of stories on the internet. Well, there was this one couple. She was of age. I don't know what age, but he was older. And everybody's excited. The one they were like in t-shirt and jeans. It was kind of ghetto. And her mom was like happy about it. It was her stepdad. She married her fucking stepdad. They got divorced, and she married the stepdad. That's disgusting. Sweet home Alabama. But that's what they do over there. But I think witches and warlocks do that with their children too. I think they have sex with their children. They think it brings them closer. No, it doesn't. It traumatizes your child. Huh? Like I said, anybody that practices that and they get married, it's not going to be blessed. God does not bless marriages like that. It's called the wedlock. That's their turn. It's a magic spell. That's why people stay in toxic relationships, because they feel like they have to. So if you're getting married, make sure you work. If you have kids, so you see if you can work from home. As long as you have your own separate paycheck too. Like if he has a separate paycheck, you have one, and then you have a shared account. Never let them see any information on your paycheck. This is how people steal your money, and it's supposed to be, your significant other, the person you're supposed to be trusting. And they steal. Even if they didn't do that before, there's always a witch somewhere cursing the happy marriages. They curse happy people all the time. I was very happy-go-lucky my whole entire life, no matter what happened at home. I made friends wherever I went. I made a lot of friends in high school. Junior high school, not so much, because the bullies from my elementary school were in junior high school with me. They couldn't do anything really bad, though, like they did in elementary school. And that, too. Any bullies they used to have from school, they could be targeting you still. What happens is they live in the neighborhood with you, right? And then we go to school together. You think they don't know where you live? They've probably seen you coming down your block once in a while when you're in school. And the head bully, he looks like douchebag, brother. Oh, red and black. I gotta drink water, man. That dry throat, I sound like a perp. I thought those guys' windows were open. It's so clear. Let's see. I don't know what the name of the biker gang he joined is. It's probably the ones right around the corner. That was revving up the engine. You heard it. That's nothing. Usually they rev it up way louder than that. So I'm gonna go in soon because it's pretty chilly right now. But just be on the lookout for this kind of stuff. I know you're not crazy. So my bully from elementary school, he lived only like 2 blocks away. And I didn't know this the whole time I was living here. I didn't know. And one day I went to the dentist. Me and my mother took the bus. So we went down 2 blocks away as a bus. I was there. We were walking past this one house. And they actually tore it down and made it like fancy looking. But there was like this, the top of the steps had like this flat part to it so you could sit on it. And this guy, he was high off his ass, turned around and I was like squinting because he was looking at me like he thought he knew me. And that's when I realized that was him. I was like, oh, that's where you live, you fucker. And then one day, when I was coming home from high school, I saw the last name on that house. I was like, oh shit, that's where they live. And back then we didn't have cell phones, so I didn't take a picture. I know his first and last name, so. And one day when I was friends with John still, We were bored out of our fucking mind. There's nothing to do. There was nothing to do here. There was no Dunkin', nothing. So we couldn't hang out anywhere. The park, they started closing because there was a lot of bad stuff going on. I think there was shootouts in there at that time too. So they closed the park at like 8 o'clock. So we used to go to the park on the weekends, you know, in the summer, and hang out in there. Just, you know, tell bullshit stories for each other, laugh, listen to music, stuff friends do. So one night we're hanging out here on the porch, and you know, we're laughing, whatnot. We wrote some stuff on the pole. And Jillian and her friends wrote a lot of stuff, right? Like they wrote their names on it because they used to have sex parties in the basement. It used to spill out like a clown car. I used to see them from the window. They used to come out there like a clown car. And they were so rowdy in the backyard that a lot of people on the block called 311 on their ass. The cops never got there on time, of course. They used to go in my backyard, step on my father's plants, you know, all that shit. Everybody has all this access to me. So anyways, this one night, now we're in the driveway just chilling. Like, we're so bored. The car wasn't there. Everybody went out for the night. You know, no kids were born yet and everything, so. And we're chilling. All of a sudden I see this guy walking past. I'm like, oh my God, that's him. So then I told John who that is. He goes, let's fuck with him. I'm like, all right. So we waited till he got to the corner, and we started singing his name out loud. And then he turned around, and he started walking up. So we turned around too, and we pretended to talk to each other. It was the funniest shit. And then he almost came all the way up. Hi, kitty. And then he walked back all the way to the corner. We said it again. After like the third time, he walked like right here to the tree. And then he walked back, you know, back to the other corner. Whatever store was there, I think there was people, you know, selling drugs. Selling weed. Well, weed is drugs. They mix weed with everything now. So that's why you're really not supposed to be smoking it. They do lace it with cocaine and crack and all that other stuff. Because weed doesn't really get you high, the natural weed. It doesn't. So they have to always lace it with something. Just be careful out there. But, so then he walked all the way back and went, you know, towards down the block there, right? So we did it again. We saw him putting fists, making fists with his hands. He was ready. It was like, oh, he said I was screaming. I was screaming, right? I'm surprised nobody came out when we did that. I was screaming it. And he turned around like he was gonna punch somebody. He didn't see us at all. We kept running back to the garage door. That was fun that night. Oh, they come back, these assholes. It was after a while, this a-hole came back around. And he was walking up the block here. And I was in the car at the corner waiting. And he was like smirking to himself. You know, these a-holes always smirking. So I actually put the visor down. So I went out to see his ugly face. Another day I was coming back home from high school. I used to take the bus on all the way up the block that way, a couple blocks away. And I was coming home, and I see him walking up the block across the street, smiling, the evil's grin that they always do. They look like they're a clown when they smile. All these psychopaths. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know what his problem was, but his brother used to work at the pizzeria that we had here. And he was nice to me and Tina. I think she probably slept with him too. She slept with everybody. She knows that's all she was good for is either blowjobs or regular sex. The brother was the nicest guy. And he goes, one day he goes to me, so what's going on with my brother? Like, why is he acting? He's acting weird. Every time he comes here, he's acting shady. I was like, yeah, well, your brother used to bully me and Tina for years throughout elementary and junior high school, all the way till the first year of high school, before he dropped out. He goes, oh my God, I didn't know that. He's like, I'm so sorry. He goes, I will deal with him. We never got bullied again. So he dealt with him. When they moved out of the country, probably, I don't know. Yeah, so he's probably in on my targeting too. Maybe he got mad at me from having him beat up. Well, that's what he deserved. The irony was he had a little sister. He said, if anybody messes with her, I'm gonna beat their ass. I'm like, oh, so you beat up on girls, but if somebody were to beat up your sister, you would beat them up. Good to know. Yeah. So after a while, after John stopped talking to me and ditched me or whatever he did, I'm not gonna get into it. I decided one day to go to our usual hangout by the parkway over there and get a Sharpie and write John Hart's. The guy's name was Brahm. John Hart's Brahm forever. Now we used to always write stuff down or like a Sharpie about people. So when we saw Jillian write stuff with her friends, he drew a penis and I drew "Do Me Hard." I wrote that, and then her friend took an arrow and wrote "ER." So that's so harder. Do me harder. No, girl, that's too hard. Nice and slow, you know what I'm saying? Slow and steady wins the race. Yeah, when you're an adult, it's different. It feels different. But he's the reason why I really don't trust men. And my father wasn't a good guy either, so there you go. But that's why I have a couple of good guy friends. Anything further than that, I don't know. I think, the person would be a honey trap. Oh, is that my friend? Mm-hmm. I don't know, some other weirdo. Yeah, I'm just gonna stand there, smoke weed, and do some weird shit. Look at that, that's a lesbian, I think. You heard the honk? Can't really see, it's still green. Did you find me? Make sure you tell your handler I was here. Well, he knows he beeped. Hopefully they nonchalantly just put their leg up like that, Beep beep. Why are you walking so slow? I love how you keep looking back. Like I'm not gonna film you doing some suspicious shit. Now, they ordered food again. Yeah. And they're gonna stand over there for like 10 minutes, come back around. You know how these perps do. So, I don't know what kind of a biker gang my neighbor joined. I know he joined a lodge because there's a lot of times when you join a lodge, you're never home. You always leave. They call you in the middle of the night, just like a handler would call a perp. And you have to go to the lodge and do rituals and shit. He probably got bumped up. You know, a couple of degrees. I'm not surprised at all. And there was a young guy hanging out with him more than once, and they were like laughing and happy, so they were probably dating. You know, they do stuff like that at the lodge too. Butt sex. See, I don't see this person now. So on camera, I saw my friend, French bulldog. The girl with the big ass is the mom. See? Every time I talk about something, they're honking. That's what I'm saying. They're demonically possessed, because how do they know I'm sitting here right now? There's no way. Kitty! And also they have to honk, you know what I mean? They drive by at the corner, they have to honk. Doesn't make sense. Like, how do they know? I mean, I know we're on the network and all that, but still. It was like, it has to be that. So I saw a taxi cab and a big van of taxi cab, right? On the back, where the license plate is, was this little red light blinking. So.
Hello.
Hello. What the fuck? She might be a witch. Why would she stop directly across the street from me and lean up down and smoke, and then walk all the way back around? I mean, that's perp behavior right there, right? I mean, come on now. Yeah, she stopped over there. She might come back around again. Hey, at least I'm catching her on video. Yeah, they have a whole bunch of tricks in their book, so. And it's all, Satanists do the same shit, so. Witches, warlocks, they all have the same handbook. Anyways, so when I saw the back of the taxi, on the license plate itself, had this little blinking red light on it. So I don't know if that's the new style of license plate they came out with, like from this year, or if it's a gang stalking thing, because the other thing was on the front of the grill, and it looked like the light, you know, the back of the car light, it was like a bright orange, and it was in between the grill, and it lit up. They pressed a button in the car, it would light up when they would go to houses and get drugs, all kinds of drugs, mostly cocaine though, because weed makes you sleepy. Yeah, you hear the confirmation honk? Yeah. So, well, he's got camouflage on. Yep, camouflage jacket and hat. That's what I think of perps. It's coming. So anyways, I don't know if that's new or not, but the license plate thing. But the other thing is not new. Like, I actually saw it on YouTube, because somebody else was getting gang stalked, and there was a drug war in a house in the person's neighborhood. So he filmed the actual thing on the front of the ar. And he said he noticed it lit up when they parked there. And then he saw the person come up to the car and pull drugs off of them. So I tell you, every neighborhood has a drug runner house, okay? Across the street from me, the girl's boyfriend, even though she was married, she had a boyfriend who was a drug addict, not a drug addict, a drug dealer. And her husband went to jail for something, I don't know what. Probably from the drug dealer, he probably punched him or something. And every night, there'd be like 4 or 5 of them standing outside. I was pissed off back then, because my shower was done in my house. Like, it needs to be refixed. So I would have to go all the way another flight of steps just to take a shower. It was ridiculous. And every time I would come down the stairs, I would make sure to put a jacket on, a hoodie. You know what I mean? Like I had to bring these types of bags with me to put my towels in. And then I would see them. Like I had to put regular sneakers on. I'd take a quick shower, come downstairs, and I would see them all staring at me from the porch. I'm like, come on now. I don't know what her jacket says. It's got some writing on it. But anyway. So yeah, so that's the thing. And then some people on their cars have the clear glass covering their license plate. And 2 doors down over here, the girl in the white car, her friend has it on her car. And so when you go to the, like when you run a red light, it'll reflect off the glass, and you can't see the license plate. It's illegal to have that. And some people would put clear nail polish on, you know, the hard nail hardener stuff. That's illegal too. But they're not gonna crack down on that kind of stuff nowadays. That has to be really big. And even then, they might not crack down on it. So we're all screwed with that.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Nice weather, huh?
Yeah. It's getting cold though. I gotta go in.
Yeah, not too cold. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, smoking. Smoky. That might be a hammer actually. And they have the earpiece. Hold on, I gotta feed the box. Oops. So the girl with the French bulldog, and she made the dog go to the bathroom from my house. I hope she picked it up. Yeah, she knows where I live anyway, because she's seen me sitting out here. They all have. They all rush to catch me at my house, really. Yeah, no noises here. So anyways, he's smoking the toilet. I wanted to go back in, but see how early she goes to bed? Probably 8 o'clock. And nobody's getting stuck in her back, so they never do.